understand what trauma-informed means, what it is, what it isn't, how to apply it in the best possible way.
And for yourself as well, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Also,
Yes.
Trauma.
Yeah.
We can put that in. Richard, just one more quick question, because I work with elderly disabled adults on fixed incomes, and telling me that's the population that is also very much of more because they're housing insecure. They're on the brink. Just one, if they don't turn in their application for their social security, they might not get that paycheck and not able to pay rent. And then they may go into the hospital. They don't get discharged on the street. They live in the hospital. And that's really costly. So my question is, what are we as a community, what are we doing to address these other housing options, which is nursing facilities? Those are homes for people. What about skilled or adult family homes? Those are also homes for people, but I'm telling you, people would rather be homeless than go into adult family homes.
That's true. That's true. A lot of people don't want to go to adult family homes. Nor will Medicaid pay as much as adult family homes typically ask. So a lot of them do end up getting left outside, and those with significant mental health issues then get kicked over to Officer Shavers, and we have no place to put them. We have no place for them to go, not to put them, but we have no place for them to go. So that's, like, I love that you guys are doing training, that's amazing. But the fact that you're having to interact, so much, like at the law enforcement level with people with high acuity mental health issues, that's the real shame. That I wish that more, that we could be addressing more with our homeless response system, or the medical system, or with whatever system that's not law enforcement. That'd be awesome.
I should add, I hope my previous statements don't leave everybody feeling like there's doom and gloom. We have some wonderful things that happened over the last 4 years, with regards to adult mobile crisis, changes in crisis mental health through the county. And I'm kind of just skipping across the surface. Used to be CMHP, now it's VCRs or CRs. I don't know. I sound like I'm saying, tape recorder and CD and compact disc. But anyhow, I digress. There's been a lot of wonderful stuff with regards to actually meeting people, and frankly, Jamie, probably over a quarter of my retirement has saved my bacon a bunch. And Adam as well, Juan, a lot of folks who I've partnered with over the years in order to do my job better by really inviting them into the piece where they're going to be a lot better at it than I am, or we're going to serve the person better, because the law enforcement necessity or law enforcement reason for contact is secondary or tertiary or way down the list compared to the presenting need. So there's been a lot of partnerships. The city is, it was in the paper recently, hiring a homeless resource coordinator, private civilian position, but they'll coordinate resources at the city level for departments within the city, as well as hopefully partnering, it'd be voluntary, but with the folks that are service providers in the community to further break down the siloing, to do a lot of what Adam talked about, which is getting the program to fit the need rather than try to force the need to fit the program. It doesn't always work that direction.
We're gonna go ahead and do our wrap up. Those of us that are able, the panelists that are able to stay, will kind of mingle for the last few minutes. I am gonna start with Amanda, just to give you a heads up. But at the beginning of our conversation, we kind of stated our goals that we wanted for tonight. How can we as a community work towards reaching those goals? Or what other final thoughts do you want to share for tonight?
I think it's important to keep having these conversations. It can't just be a one and done and then something that falls by the wayside and we pick it up again a year later. It has to be an ongoing conversation.
Well, I'm interested in the rest of the questions and how my colleagues, would answer some of these pieces. So I'm looking forward to another opportunity to have that, to continue the conversation.
Ditto. We need to have more of these, because there's a lot of things that were in these questions. Honestly, the community asked excellent questions that I would really like to be able to discuss with everyone up here, and maybe with some others, the answers to all those questions, or possible solutions to all of those, because there's There is so much more, we just barely scratched the surface here, honestly. There's so much more that could be, talked about as far as what we have here and what works and maybe doesn't, maybe could use some help.
Okay, so as I promised, I have an actionable item to take with you. It's small, but it's big. Because each one of us, how many people are on social media? Oh, come on. No better. Okay, so the idea is that if you're on the app next door, I was supposed to hear some groans. Okay, thank you, that's what I was hoping for. Facebook, if you are on a social media app and you tolerate the comments, then you are guilty, okay? I hate to say it, but if you see somebody do a comment about a guy going through, another comment about someone going through recycle bins, come on, really? Okay, this is a person who's surviving by taking cans out of your garbage. Some of them are housed and some of them are not. There's a lot of assumptions. So if we tolerate these comments on social media and we don't stand up and say, hey, knock it off, these are human beings who are just trying to survive, then we're complicit. And so the only way we get waves of more people, the only way we get this room filled next time is we invite people to the next community discussion. We invite people to come. Who was that person that made that brave question? That was awesome. I was glad that person asked that question. That gave us a chance to dispel the stigma. So we want people to come in with their honest, open questions. Let's debate this in a nice way, and let's not tolerate the hate and the division and the comments. Oh, they're all drug users, they're all this, they choose to do it. You know, you heard a lot of stuff to spell it tonight. Now you get to take it out there and not tolerate that on social media, and bring more people in the doors next time.
I'm just glad I was able to be here. I hope it's contributed. I forgot when we did intros to say thank you to the library for hosting, and you know it's pretty awesome to have this facility in this community to do this.
There is a path forward for helping people who are experiencing homelessness laid out in our homeless action plan. I did bring a few copies tonight if anyone is interested in some light reading. It's also on our website at councilforthehomeless.org. You can download your own copy and read it at your leisurely pace. But we have this homelessness crisis response system that hopefully you've learned a little bit more about tonight. We have laid a path forward for the next few years and a plan to increase street outreach workers, increase shelter beds, increase more affordable housing, more permanent supportive housing, which includes wraparound services to support people once we get them inside and out of the trauma of living outside. So I think if we can work together to put all of our best resources and compassion and kindness and again what Adam was saying, work to dispel those myths when you hear them and reduce that stigma and humanize people, we will be doing some very good things in the next few years.
I have all these quotes going through my head, but please don't be afraid to be kind to people. It was Maya Angelou said, people will forget what you say, but they'll never forget how you make them feel. So please don't be afraid to be kind. And then it's important to continue your work, and please don't think that you're not making a difference. I'm living proof, Adam's living proof. There's people here in the library today, right now, that will be here tomorrow, that are living proof that it's working. If you've come a long way, it's because you had a long way to come. So please don't give up, and thank you for having me here. Thank you for being here.
So the goal that I laid out initially was a very kind of library-oriented goal, and I guess my wrap up is also kind of library oriented, because hey, it's what I do. So it's I can't really say, whether or not this was a success. It feels good, you know, I'm glad that we're here. Like, part of that library piece is turning to the public, turning to our community, and asking y'all if this feels like a success. It's great that we're here and we're having this conversation and it feels good, but I'm gonna go ahead and echo everything that folks up here have already said. This isn't a once a year thing. You know, like next year, Emilio Estevez is gonna write another movie about homeless people in the library. I mean, he might, I don't know, he's an artist, he can do what he wants to. But we're still here, and our neighbors are still here. And we need to keep talking about it. There's so much left to talk about. We didn't even get through our questions. I mean, the ones that we have. And it seems like every time we start talking about this, every time we start, you know, we start communicating answers, more questions come up. So this isn't a one and done kind of a thing. So please keep an eye on, you know, on whatever social media that you follow that let you know that we were doing this, or maybe our library webpage. If you go that deep into library world, that you're looking at our calendar, really cool. Thank you for doing that. But yeah, just keep coming back, keep showing up. That's the best thing that we can do, is just keep showing up.
Ty's still here. So I'll use this as an example. Personal experience first. To segue for something to take home. So the very first city meeting I sat in as a neighborhood police officer that involved homelessness in a community style conversation. I made a passing comment and labeled homeless, and I don't know, I can't remember exactly what I said. I may have referred to them as transients in a disparaging way. And Ty was kind enough to swallow hard and let the meeting go on. They caught me afterward and said, hey, you know, had a little chat with me. I don't know if you remember this or not. It's a few years ago. And I, you know, as a person outside of my uniform, I had to kind of do a little checkup as a NECA, and realized that I don't typically label people. I don't talk about groups of people by color, religion, race, creed, color, whatever. You know, and so I had to ask myself why. I mean, sure, there's talk window about good guys and bad guys, but all of a sudden I realized he was right. You know, people with names, you know, Robert, and David, Gary, and Willis, and different people that I'm thinking of off the top of my head. Molly, and others, you know, I've dealt with over the years. And it humanized the issue in the sense that I realized, you know, but for the grace of God, there go I. My reason for saying all this isn't to even talk about that topic in particular as far as labeling or otherwise. It's to make the point that I had to be open to changing my mind about the information I thought I already knew. And I will say that based on a lot of the questions we did not get to, there are some wild misunderstandings and misinformation about the laws, about how they're applied, about why they're applied. Some of them are just very simple misunderstandings that lead to some pretty ugly feelings towards our unhoused community. Folks that are simply unhoused in our community. So I love the idea of continuing to come together in a manner like this to dispel myths, to get the truth out. And sometimes the truth is hard to hear, you know, because there's no easy answer. But I'd rather start with the truth and come up with an answer than have to fight through all the junk, all the lies, all the myths first, just you know, spinning wheels. Wasting time instead of actually helping people.
Thank thank you all so much for your time, thank you all for being here. We are committed to continuing the conversation, and, we do have a lot of questions to get through, so we will hopefully meet again soon. And check out our Facebook page if you haven't, because it'll most likely show up on there. Thank you all.
And as I say in the movie, let's make some noise. Let's make some noise. Let's make some noise.
I wasn't expecting you. When you started last one, and I see and Amanda. And it already started, and I see you coming down to the window, I'm like, oh, shit.